Hello, everyone. This is Nurse Blue, and Blue stands for Build, Love, Unite, and Empower people about my favorite subject, hopefully soon to be yours, soul health. So, if you are a woman that leads maybe a business or a household, and you want to defeat your number one enemy, because it's chronic stress, then I am going to invite you to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to show you how to defeat your number one enemy with joy. Okay, so today I have a interesting topic. Now, for those of you who might be tuning in to me for the very first time, well, I'm your nurse, I'm your wellness coach, and your musicologist, right? And I want to talk to you about something that is absolutely like happening in the world of entertainment right now, and it's the hottest thing that's happening, right? And this battle that is taking place with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So you might be wondering, why is this important, Nerds Blue? Well, I'll tell you why it's important. Well, it's important because the entertainment industry, whether you believe it or not, has a lot of power out here on the souls of humanity. And maybe you don't care about what's happening to these artists because these artists don't impact your life, but maybe you have a daughter or a niece or a son, and this is what they are tuned into. So you need to be tuned into it because guess what? This one here matters. So let me bring you up to speed what's happening. Well, in the world of hip hop for ages, we have been watching different artists battle. That's like part of the hip hop culture. When you have artists, kind of express themselves in a competition, sometimes it ends friendly and sometimes it doesn't, right? So we've been here. We all have been here to see how it ends when it doesn't end so well. But this kind of started back in the day when I was growing up. I remember a battle with LL Cool J and Kumo D. Y'all remember that one? Well, I love both artists and they both had great songs and it was friendly and we were able to see this competition play out in a healthy way. But then back in the 90s, when I was in college, we saw it end bad, real bad. It was an East Coast and West Coast battle taking place between no other than Tupac Shakur. Okay, that was the artist that was having a battle with Biggie Smalls, and it did not end well at all. Both of those artists are no longer on the planet, and all of us who were around during that time had to live through the tragic loss of both of these artists, and hopefully we look back and learn from that time period when the industry actually supported the downfall, I think, of hip hop at that time unconsciously because it went to the street, it's gone too far, and lives were lost. Well, now we have two favorite artists of this day. Some of people may be a Drake fan, some of you people may be a Kendrick Lamar fan, or maybe you're just a fan of both of them. But they are engaged in this hip hop battle, and I must say, I wasn't paying attention to the battle, but I'm on Clubhouse. And for those of you who don't know what Clubhouse is, it's an auditory app. It is so cool. Download it for free if you're not a part of the Clubhouse, or come back on the club if you are, you haven't been there in a little bit, and join the Soul Health and Wellness Club, because it's there that I host these self-love parties, which are these jam sessions that I host there, as well as I Deserve Joy parties, which I do on the Women in Business House. So I'm going to post the link so you can come and join me. But I was on Clubhouse the other day and I saw these different rooms popping up about this song that Kendrick Lamar released called Meet the Grams. And I guess it was taking the world by storm, right? So I said, well, look, I'm a musicologist. I like a nice hip hop battle. Let me see what's happening here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, have y'all heard Meet the Grams yet? Meet the Grams is the diss song of all diss songs in hip hop because it is just that lethal. And here's why it's so lethal. Because Kendrick Lamar exposed, in his view, the soul of this artist, Drake, not only to the world, okay, but he did this in such a way that he exposed the soul of Drake to his mother, his father, and his children. And it was so brilliantly done and lethal at the same time. I really don't know how Drake is going to come back from it. Really don't. It was a soul health lesson. Now, when you're talking about soul health is about loving the soul back out of a state of brokenness into wholeness. And in order for us to do that, it requires that we go inward and look at ourselves, right? So, this one here was a moment of truth. Now, truth, it will set you free because that's the beauty of truth. It will liberate the soul, but it might sting first before we get there. And I promise you, that song was so powerful. Drake, honey, I know it hurt. I know that you're probably mad, but that may have been the wake up call that you might have been. I don't know if you've been asking for it, but if you said you want to take your life to the next level, and if in fact any of what Kendrick Lamar expressed in that song was holding you back, that's how you go to the next level. Because what Kendrick Lamar did, he exposed all of us to Drake's soul toxins. Those are the soul toxins. What are soul toxins? That's the shadow self. That's the self that most of us who are living through this world of, trying to navigate earth, that's the part of us that we don't want the world to see. And most of us don't even want to see it ourselves, let alone the world. And what Kendrick Lamar did was he exposed Drake to himself, his dark self. And, guys, there's a few things that came out of this as I listened to it a few times. First of all, the song itself, the lyrics, just the artistic expression was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It was hard from an ego perspective to see how this man is going to come back from this, but that'll get worked out in time. What I'm hoping he does not do is allow his ego to get involved to a point where where some lives end up not being here. I don't want that to happen. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I heard something about an incident that has already taken place with Drake's security, and they're trying to make it seem like Kendrick Lamar had something to do with it. I don't know how true it is, and I'm not about to feed that energy. But here's what we need to look at as we examine what's happening. These artists are only as powerful as they are is because we support them in their power. And Drake has probably more women around the world supporting him as an artist and as an as an expression of hip hop throughout the world than probably any other artist right now. Drake has that kind of support from women. And if what Kendrick Lamar has alleged in this song is happening, meaning, it shares with us Drake's views or his practices around women, they're hurtful, they're painful, they're destructive, it's demeaning. And if in fact what he's saying is true, that he's engaged in behavior where he's supporting trafficking, we all have to examine our relationship with this information. That's what's important. Now, I don't know if the information that Kendrick shared in Meet the Grams is all the way true or not. I don't know if any of us will ever get to know that, but if it just the idea that he put it out there and we're having some doubt about how we feel about Drake now as a result of this information, we all have a different relationship now with Drake based on this information. Now, some of you might say, it's all entertainment. Okay, if that's the way you choose to handle it, no problem. Some of you, particularly women, you might be looking at, how much have I supported this artist who is alleged to have a participation in things that does not serve me as a woman or does not serve children? Might have you questioning yourself about if that's something you want to continue to do. And that is, you're well within your right? How do you handle your own deception? Like there are people like, well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I like him and I'm going to continue to support him. Why? Why? And that's not to judge you. That's just to ask yourself the question. If you found out that everything Kendrick Lamar said about Drake is indeed true as a woman, will you continue to support an artist that has a relationship with women based on the lyrics of this song? And I'm not going to quote the lyrics of this song. I want you to go and find it on YouTube or go to Spotify and listen to it for yourself. Now, the other thing I want you to understand is that soul toxins are being exposed. That's the year that we're living in right now. It kicked off with Cat on Club Shay Shay, really shedding light on all the deception, or a lot of the deception is happening in the entertainment world. And I think that interview now has like over 70 million viewers. I mean, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest interview that has ever happened on YouTube. So people are gravitating toward the truth. Then followed by Club Shay Shay also had an interview with Monique. And she did the exact same thing where she was exposing what was happening in Hollywood with her, and Oprah and others in the world of entertainment as well. So something big is happening in entertainment. And I operate from the space that the world is a reflection of me, right? So when you take that idea into what's happening with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. The world is a reflection of me. The world is a reflection of us, right? How much have we bought into the deception of others? And now, as things are being exposed on a soul level, what are you prepared to do? If you're feeling doubt about, wow, I know I jam off of his music. I like to listen to it at parties. I like the beat. I see that both of these artists are very skillful as hip hop expressions. But if it's if what is being said about Drake is something that's happening, or I kind of feel there's some truth there, what are you going to do moving forward in terms of your relationship with Drake? Will you just ignore it? Does it not bother you? Are you okay with supporting artists that discredit, exploit um, women? If you're a woman, does that bother you? Okay, now here's the other thing I want you to realize is that when we don't deal with our soul toxins, they will be exposed. And that's what's happening with Drake. If Drake or any other person, because this is just, he's just a big person on the platform. But if we personally don't deal with our soul toxins, oftentimes those soul toxins will create chronic stress within our bodies. And that chronic stress will lead to a chronic disease. And that chronic stress can lead to a chronic disease that steals life from you for the rest of your life, right? Leads to a chronic disease where you're taking prescription drugs, leads to a chronic disease in your life where it totally steals everything you're trying to create. Just like these toxins now are coming after Drake, it's coming to steal his career, coming to kill off everything he has created with his career, and it's going to destroy his reputation. And once your reputation is destroyed because people don't trust you or people think that you're being deceptive, it's really hard to come back from that. So if I was Drake right now, I would probably be wondering, like, okay, is this the opportunity for me to get it right? Is this the opportunity for me to grow in a way that I'm willing and ready to deal with this? I certainly hope he doesn't take it to the street. And I mean, because we've learned from Tupac and Biggie that this could end badly, or he can fall forward and become an example of someone who's willing to address his dark past and is willing to do something about it and teach all of us through his walk, because this is a soul health journey, what he's willing to do with this information. Perhaps he could use this information to grow into a better man, and him and Kendrick at some point can build a relationship based on those terms. I don't know. I simply know that this is an opportunity for us to move out of the space of deception into alignment with truth. And we're watching it all play out in hip hop in a variety of ways. So, with all that being said, I wanted to come and give my opinion on this. I hope this was helpful to you. But I want to find out, really, what are your thoughts about this? Are you going to continue to support him? What are your thoughts about this song itself? Did it cause you to reevaluate if you were going to support artists that don't build you? Don't love you. It's not uniting us. It's not empowering us, because that's what it's all about. Supporting the blue is about you becoming the best version of yourself through soul health. And you have to be true to that in every way, including the people you choose to support on an individual level, and on a collective level. Is this an artist that now that may have some doubt, that you're going to continue to rock with, right? So let me know. And also, guys, if you want to deal with some soul toxins that you may have been running away from, or you're not even aware of, or if you have chronic stress in your life, trust me, chronic stress usually is backed by soul toxins, and you want to identify what they are and do something about it. I'm going to ask you to click the link below, schedule a one-on-one with me, or stop by one of my self-love parties in the clubhouse. Download the app, as I mentioned earlier, join the Soul Health and Wellness Club, and come and check me out on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or join the Women in Business House, where you can come check out the I Deserve Joy Party. Now, that takes place Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll have all the links, all the information below. And I hope to hear from you soon, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and share the video if this was helpful, or if this perspective is something that you want to shed some light on. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye-bye.